Flyer players are now coming on the ice, as well as Edmonton. And they'll be lining up at their respective blue lines.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of nervous stomachs out there right now with both teams skating to the blue lines, awaiting the start of the ceremonies.
It's awkward. It's so awkward. I'm sure everybody knows that. It's no different for a player as it is for an ordinary person when they suffer loss and a tragedy such as this. You never know what to say. You never know if it's the right thing, or you never know what to do. You're never sure if that's the right thing. And let's now go down to our partner, Gene Hart.
All of our good friends, what was to have been tonight a shimmering evening of spectacular hockey with the two greatest teams in the professional game, has become instead a deeply more personal occasion as we, the Flyers family, the team, the organization, and especially you fans, gather to grieve over the loss of one of our own. But really, since Pelle Lindbergh's entire existence exuded nothing but the positive things in life, what I'd like to do this evening is make the theme of our ceremony not the mourning of his death, but the celebrating of a life that we in Philadelphia were privileged to share. But please, first, let me assure you, particularly the youngsters, that our sorrow will diminish. And it's going to be replaced with rich memories that are part of the legacy that Pelle leaves us. And the sorrow is going to ease, and we will endure, because it's really the marvel and the essence of life and its continuation. And when you talk of life, what a life filled with triumphs and achievements. And I think it all goes back and was spawned in 1959 when Pelle was 8, because in that year a team called the Flyers was born. And in the ensuing years, this young Swede began to formulate a dream. He wanted to make that dream a trip to North America, to play hockey, and to conquer the toughest position in the world's toughest game. But as he approached the teenager, the dream began to refine even more, because Pelle now wanted to make that challenge in a place called Philadelphia, because there he had an idol who had already become a legend in this building. And it was his dream to become the best and to have his name on the Vezina trophy alongside this idol, Bernie Perron. And so the work began. The Swedish national team, the Olympics, the Maine Mariners, and then fate magically intervening, he was drafted by Philadelphia. And it took 3 years and a superb relationship between the old legend, Bernie, and the new one, Pelle. And I think a marvelous part of the story that in the finest tradition of the melting pot of this country, when you think about it, last year this Swede with a fellow countryman, a Czech, a Finn, Americans, and Canadians, had a spectacular year. And that team drove him to the top of the mountain, culminating last spring in Canada, when his idol presented him with the highest achievement that they could give him, the Vezina trophy, and finally his name was there. And so that far-fetched 100,000 to 1 dream that began so long ago, so many thousands of miles away, came true. He was the best. And when you add to that he was admired on 2 continents, he was honored in his homeland, and he was loved in Philadelphia, and you put together his marvelous personality, and the manner that endeared him to everyone with whom he came in touch. And you add to that he was able to share all of this with a fiancée who made his every day a joy. And I might add, a young lady whose courage and strength this past week has been magnificent. And then you add to that the ultimate triumph that posthumously, through the mart of transplant, he has given life to two people this week. It is the fulfillment of a life far beyond what most or any of us in this building can expect or hope to achieve in a lifetime twice or three times his 26 years. So as Dave Poulin said yesterday, Pelly is indeed to be envied. And in a sense, I think all of us here should be envied because of the blessing of kind circumstance we were permitted to be part of this extraordinary person's life. And so we all in this building owe fate and the Gumper our eternal gratitude.